I see you open up, especially on the business side.
I try to be as
Nah,
professional.
like Frank.
The business side, he's like, I don't play on that part. But it's crazy because that's the part that like you gotta really take seriously. Or you
Breaded
won't
is
get ate up in this
fried.
industry.
Like,
I know you were saying like you don't like the industry. Is it because of that though?
But
like,
it has to.
part?
It's
but I
that
don't bread it.
and
We don't-
just
black
the
people
fact
don't do
that you know how people are in certain. I mean, it's
use
like that
flour.
in every field.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just the music industry, but
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
tough
but-
sometimes because you know it's just you just trying to like
don't use-
starting out. You just
no,
trying to
like-
be like get out there, get your name out there, and it's like you got to prove yourself every single time. Like we did victory lap and all that, but we still gotta
prove yourself. Yeah. But okay, did you expect that to change though? Like after victory lap, did you expect it to be like, nah, you know, niggas know me already. They know what we did.
Yeah,
or you know what I'm saying? That's what you expected?
Definitely,
Okay.
because of all the work we put in.
Yeah.
You know, that's the hardest work we've ever did. That's why, you know, I'm so proud to be a part of it because I know the work we put in.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. That's something I try to keep in try to keep in mind that no matter how big you get, you still gotta walk in these rooms and introduce yourself, and you still gotta run your resume.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
I think
like,
for us, we don't like doing that. We just like putting in the work. It feels better when people come to find out, like, damn,
Yeah.
I didn't know y'all did that, because a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
We've been putting in work for so long
Yeah.
that it's like, it's cool to be like, yeah, I didn't know y'all was a part of that, versus like, we talking about like, yeah, we did this, because we feel like we don't have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we want the work to
feel that.
speak.
I
We
feel
come
that.
from the era of the work speaking. We're not like the new era of that. Like, we still believe in like or it being organic, and you know, people. I want to see an organic smile versus someone, you know, like when people come here and see that nip plaque, they don't know that, you know, they just like, damn, you know. So I love that. Like, but yeah, we was 100% a part of that.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
We cool with that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right there. That's the report card. Niggas for real. You check my resume. Check everything. You know, I like that too. Like I see a lot of people like I come across. I don't be know who they are. Like I think Razkaz was here. I did not know who bro was.
Yeah,
Somebody was like, bro. Somebody was like, bro, that's Razkaz. I'm like, yeah, I feel bad. I can't say nothing to the nigga now because it's like,
and
you know what I'm
but
saying?
you know what you should. This is what I want all the new. Everybody to know is like, everybody gotta do their homework and their history, man, because there's real history on the West Coast in California with the music. So I feel like everybody gotta go start doing their history and knowing where this shit come from, because it come from somewhere.
Yeah, fact.
You know what I'm saying?
One of the things I hear you reference is crazy because my stepdad was putting me up on game yesterday. Now I know y'all talk about the '70s a lot, like how the '70s was the most creative era of music because they finally cut us loose. I wanted to ask y'all, do y'all know about? Let me see. Y'all know about Double Dutch Bus, Frankie Smith?
Nah, I don't
Okay,
think
so
so.
he put me up on some stuff. That's crazy.
And what is it,
Or
from
like,
the '70s?
From the '70s,
Yeah.
yeah. The Blackbirds.
Yeah, well, I know about the Blackbirds.
Yeah, like, so he put me up on all this yesterday. I'm like, damn, that's crazy, because this is like Mike and Keys shit, the 70s. And his thing, he was highlighting the bass. He was like, that bass, it's
The
just,
bass, yeah.
that bass and that snare, that's what made our music what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that's crazy, because like,
And that's all we care about.
exactly, because that was something that you mentioned. You said, you got to have a sound. You got, and I noticed that like y'all sound it's a hi-hat. I feel like did y'all produce on Dom Kennedy's latest album?
Nah, we didn't, but we got
Okay.
a lot of new music coming out with Dom.
Okay, because it's a song, I'm like, this shit sound like Mike and Keys all over. I swear, but I noticed it's that hi-hat, it's the snare. What else is that to y'all? What identifies West Coast music from everybody else's music?
What identifies it
Yeah,
from us?
yeah, for y'all.
For us?
If y'all could say this is what identifies what West Coast music is versus South, you know what I'm saying? What would that be for y'all?
Chord progressions, maybe.
Yeah, and the bass
I don't even
too.
know what the chord
I would say the bass, because now a lot of music is 808 based, so the West Coast was built off, like you said, your stepdad said, with the bass.
Yeah.
That bass, all them songs that Dr. Dre and DJ Quick was sampling, the bass was heavy, and that's like the drive of the beat. The bass and then the lead sound. And if you noticed in the 90s, every beat had that lead sound and the bass. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's kind of what's missing right now is the music part of it. You know
And
what I'm saying?
I heard Battle Cat talk about the snare. So I think his thing was
Yeah, the snare is very important.
Snare,
yeah. It's a sound thing. It's like like everybody got their sounds that they use. Like the West Coast always been known for the snares and the claps.
The claps, yeah.
And then like in the South they known for the 808, the 808 kit. And then when you go to the East Coast, the Midwest, it's more drum loops, breaks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like it's just a style, but then hip hop is all of it in one. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Can we get these mics on them right now?
Yeah.
We gotta get the wire part. I'll be on. Okay, good. And so also boom. Do a sound check real quick to make sure.
Yo. 1, 2.
We're doing the first conference next year. We're taking it there.
You going to conference base, huh?
Conference, yes, sir. So we're gonna do one conference a year, but we're gonna still do the panels. But the conference, of course, is gonna be the big thing. I would love to have y'all there to do Q&As or do like
we doing that, bro. Like we literally did a whole weekend at University of NYC, Clive Davis Institute. So. Yeah. And that was with students. It wasn't just talking, like we had to teach. And, you know what I'm saying? So
how natural did that come? Was it different?
That was easy because it's like they want you to be honest. So if you honest, it's gonna work. If I'm not going in there with no scripted shit to talk about. I'm going in there with how because music is a feeling. So when you dealing with people in business and the music, all that, you gotta know like what you doing. You can't just go and do it. You gotta know like basically our whole theme of the class was be of service.
Exactly.
That was the whole theme of the class of like, people be thinking because they talented, like people supposed to own something. Sometimes you got to work your way up. We'll use Jimmy Iovine as an example of, I think he was an intern for a big group. Who was Jimmy Iovine for Pink Floyd? Who was Jimmy Iovine used to intern for?
Beatles, I thought.
Or something, you know what I'm saying? And him being a service is why he's Jimmy Iovine. You know what I'm saying? Taking the initiative, probably go take out the trash or let me ask this engineer, do you need something? It's the little intangibles that make you great.
Right, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we really gonna be teaching, when we go start doing our panel movement. That's what we're really gonna be teaching is like, how do you be of service to bring help to someone? Because at the end of the day, all this shit is a team effort. So whoever is on the team effort vibe is gonna win.
It's gonna win.
That's who wins. The people that's playing the team game.
Facts.
Everybody that's playing a single game, that shit don't work.
It don't work. Test real quick. Say something. Yeah. Okay. Good. I realized that you don't find your purpose in life until you can be of service. When you can be of service and make and what is it? What did I say? When you can learn to be of service and be happy with it, that's your purpose in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So speak on that for yourself, like he was talking about at the what was it, the NYU? Okay, talk about that. And he was saying that the major theme about it was being of service.
Right.
So talk about what that is like for you. How was that experience for you?
Like to me, being of service is, you're gonna be of service no matter what, whether you're low in a low position or a high position.
Exactly.
So that's just part of the game. Like, being of service, we do music, so we're serving people that listen to music. And, of course, we serve the artists, the music, and they serve us by getting on the track. So I think all together it's a service, whether it's being of service is in life in general. You know what I mean?
It's a little more than that, but see, like, you can learn to be of service through life. Like, I think I might, maybe something I realize is that, like, even when we out of school, we still in school. You know what I mean? Like, something that I mess with what y'all say is, you said something like, you like to be around people who are better than you. And it's kind of like, I don't think everybody wants to do that, because if they kind of look at it as competition, like, oh, this nigga's better than me, I'm trying to compete with him. So how did you kind of learn to process that and take it as, I need to be around somebody that's better than me so we can work together and I can learn from you, instead of looking at it like, oh, I'm competing with you?
Because you're going to get better. You're going to get better from, competition is good if, it's just like Kobe Bryant and Allen Iverson, right? They was good friends, but when they was on the court, it was competition, but guess what? Iverson made Kobe better, and Kobe made Iverson better. Just listen to how they speak on each other. So that's what it is. It's like you want to practice with the best people. Like I seen, like I always use basketball references because we play basketball and it's like it's a team sport. So in basketball, like for instance, Kobe Bryant, when he wanted to get better, he went to go work out with Akeem Olajuwon because Akeem Olajuwon had great footwork.
I never knew that.
And Kobe wanted to master the footwork. You know what I'm saying? To be better. And that's what it is to be around people that are better. So you're gonna learn something. That's how you get better, learning from something that you maybe didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And Akeem Olajuwon won championships before Kobe Bryant. He's been successful, and that works. And him doing that, it changed his game. You know what I'm saying? Because he got better.
Now, I heard y'all reference to this Michael Jordan. Craig Smith, he was talking about the Michael Jordan video. Is that what you about to play?
That's what
That's crazy.
Was it
Come Fly With Me.
Come Fly With Me.
Okay. Shit, yeah, let's get all that. So, talk about this Michael Jordan video. What type of zone does that put you in? You know what I mean? Like, why is that so important to what y'all doing? Because
it's Michael Jordan. He represents greatness.
Yeah. That's crazy.
This is a classic. Like, this is like, we used to watch this like church. I'm not talking about me and I'm just saying in general, Michael Jordan was like everything, not just basketball, everything. So it was like he was the coolest thing ever, you know? And then to match it with the basketball and then he just had the aura. You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
That's why people still rock J's to this.
7 years old.
Jeez.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I remember it was 3 tapes that came out. This, Michael Jordan's Playground, and Michael Jordan's Air Up There. And anybody that played, you can ask any basketball player that played basketball, they studied these tapes. They studied these tapes because back then, this was our YouTube. You feel me?
Yeah.
For sure.
So you had to go buy this. We had to go buy this VHS tape to watch this. And then guess what? If somebody didn't have it, you had to borrow it. So that shit means something. So you had to go knock on somebody's door and be like, bro, I need my tape back. I gotta watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? So nobody don't know what that feels like, bro.
You know
what I'm saying?
Another thing that I know that y'all say nobody knows what this feels like. You were talking about mixing and mastering on an SSL.
Yeah.
You said nobody does that anymore.
First of all, it's expensive.
Okay, so is that why they don't do it? Because it's expensive?
It's expensive, and I just think we in the fast food era of music. Meaning like, let's just put it out, or, more than just actually caring about the timeless sound of it. That music, man, it sounds like they made it yesterday.
Right. Yeah.
The shit that they was doing in the 70s sound like they can, that's why we sample it. That's why all the most successful music, we can go do a poll and go find out, but I bet you all the songs that are the best hits, I think they come from the 70s.
They come from the 70s.
Yeah.
So would you, like for you specifically, would you say that is why the West may be where it's at right now, because we coming out with the microwavable music? And, like, would you say that might be a stigma with us?
I think, I don't know. I think with the West Coast, with that, I think it's just the care in the music. Like, we're kind of losing that care, and we worry about what other people think instead of like being ground rooted in what we like. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel personally. Like, I just feel like we always have the talent. We always have something special, but we don't utilize that.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that. And see, what do y'all think about this situation where I heard y'all talk about that too? Like, you can't treat, just because they may not be on the same level as you doesn't mean that you shouldn't work with them. And I kind of heard y'all speak on that, and that's very important. And then it was you and Ace Boy Pun, y'all was talking about this, and it was like, then you want to work with them when they bubbling. Speak on that, you know, because I'm
Well,
sure.
we just had a camp. We just had a camp 2 weeks ago with this company called Two Loss.
Yeah.
And everybody at the camp was all new LA artists. It was 35 new LA artists there. And we worked with everybody. We don't have no ego. We're erasing everything we did. For us, our career is like we starting over. So our goal right now is to break a new artist.
What you talking about, man? Tyree. What's up, bro? J.Brock, Clapitup LA. Nice to meet you.
See, that's what I'm saying. This is perfect. Him walking in, you know.
All this shit is all organic, authentic. Is all going on the episode. We are talking some live, organic. We just walked up in here and got to it. You know what I'm saying? Some of it not even on the mic. We still waiting on Jesus to pull up. This is what we
Fuck it,
right
Jesus,
now.
where you at, baby? Where you at, Jesus? We
working.
working. Where you at?
Come on, he said he's 15 minutes away.
It's all good. I know. Hey, listen. One thing we can say about being in LA.
Yeah.
It's okay if you late.
Come
the
on.
traffic is crazy.
So
I'm not gonna. I'm not. It's okay. As soon as you get a pass.
Yeah, the 101 alone.
You can get that off in LA.
Yeah, facts.
I'm late. You can lie and say it was the traffic.
Facts, man. It's the traffic, man. That's. You know, so okay, we can take it back. I really appreciate y'all being on that panel. That was crazy as hell. Like putting these together. The reason why I do this is because of the connections, the networking, the game, the motivation. Like people really leave inspired by these type of things. So I really appreciate that. Speaking on that, it was just great timing on the behalf because y'all was already working with Russell before this, and then y'all pulled up to the panel basically on like this our next step. Like that shit makes me feel so good.
Yeah.
But, speak on working with Lil Russell. Of course, a young talent, like you said.
Yeah,
like,
we own
like
it. We own that. We own
come
a new
on,
energy.
come on.
I feel like we
Yeah.
got something to prove.
Yeah.
Like
What is
you,
mine though? Why you feel like y'all got something to prove?
because as a producer, you always want to build new artists. That's the coolest thing you could do. To me, that's the winning championship. To see a new artist be something bigger. You know, it's like I'm seeing Lil Russell grow. And so it was like when we was working with Nip, we seen Nip grow. You know what I'm saying? Well, before we worked with Nipsey, he had a record deal. You know what I'm saying? But he took some time off and had to figure it out. And we was a part of that growth. So for us, it's like, it's always cooler. It's like, it's cooler to work with a Lil Russell now than it is when he's famous. You know what I'm saying? Because once he's famous, we might not be able to get in touch with him. And it ain't going to be not as he's being disrespectful to us. It's just business. And that's just what it is. So for us, we want to be a part of it early. And we like to be a part of new shit before it's cracking anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, and see that goes back to the what y'all do the class y'all had here, right? You said y'all had 35 artists here.
we had it at Very Special Studios.
Okay, very special studio.
Yeah, it's down the street.
Okay, so speak on that experience. Like, what was that? What did you know what I'm saying? Like,
That was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to do that probably every month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was good to see, like a lot of those artists I didn't even know.
yeah,
Like I didn't know a lot of them, but all of them were talented in their own way.
Yeah.
And the fact that they came to
Wait a minute, was my boy Eben Jackson at that?
Everybody was there, bro. It was so many people.
Yeah.
We had to just like, okay, we got to make music right now because it's like they was so eager to
yeah,
record.
they was eager.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah,
like,
so when you see that the eagerness, they like we with Mike and Keys. This is one and only. How do can y'all accept that? Have y'all ever had a problem with understanding y'all's stature and who y'all are?
Nah, we don't even care about that because I think it's more like at the end of the day, we want to do the reverse of what the OGs did, meaning like we want to really touch the people.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the confusing part about when you get successful is that you're supposed to stay up here, but that's a lie.
Yeah.
You're supposed to always stay grounded.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Exactly.
once you at the ground, you can always go up.
Exactly.
Once you at the top, you can't go down. Niggas ain't gonna look at you the same.
Yeah.
So for us, it's like we treating everybody as if the same beats that we gave all those new artists, we would give them to anybody. Just so you know, like it ain't no, we're giving them some down. There ain't no, all the beats are grade A. So everybody gets the same music.
we
you know
don't
what I'm saying?
discriminate.
We're not discriminating. We want people to be like, nah, Mike and Keys fucked with us. Like we gave people the music. We didn't like, I see a lot of people charging people all this money for the music and everything. And I know how it is when you're trying to build your career. So
you're just trying to get started.
So you're just trying to get started. So for us, it's like, this is the year this is we doing the end of the year blessings, meaning we gonna bless everybody. And guess what? We got a single coming out with soundtrack with some girls that we didn't even know.
Come on, shout out
You know
to
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is like we confident about it. You know what I'm saying? And now like the label wanna put up a marketing budget for that because of the song, because of we did that. So that never would have happened because we would have never met them, and they would have never got the opportunity. And now it's like it's new energy for us and for them.
That's a blessing, bro.
And it's a new artist.
It's another branch on the tree.
And they women, and we never
exactly.
We've never put out a song with women that wasn't like we put out R&B music, but we've never done a rap song.
And shout out to LA Ray. I seen that was with Ray.
And that's who the single is going to be with LA Ray and AJ.
And AJ is T-Spokes. T-Spokes was there too, right?
That's why I said I don't. I just
what it is.
you know what it is.
It was crazy.
I'm gonna tell you it was one of them things. Whoever came with the fire is who got the attention.
Okay, gotcha.
That's just. I'm glad we did that because now we got to see who's tight, and they impressed us. We sit back all the time and be like, who's tight? And we got to see it in real time. We literally made the beat for them in real time, and they recorded it, and we was anxious to hear what they was gonna do.
Okay, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we knew what they was gonna do, and they did exactly what we thought. So it's like for us, like damn, like we're finding new artists, and if we can break somebody, that's gonna be special.
That's love.
Coming from LA, that's special.
That's love.
Because I'm off the strength of you. Like I hadn't heard him like when I walked in. I came here first. He was kept telling me about him. I didn't hear anything they made. He may have played me one thing, but then when we got to the studio, we just got in this creative mode. He was like, okay, this is how we're gonna, what's the vibe for today? And then the song came out of that. It was the first time working with them, the first day, like everything. Because I had pulled up the second day to the camp. So I wasn't expecting that. But when we finished, I was like, okay. I trust his judgment though, because he has strong judgment and artists, and he's very particular about that. Because he sees that work ethic. They're unknown, which is what he likes, and they about business. They get in there, they work, they don't mess around. Like a lot of artists built this name, and they have this thing about them where they get in and they don't work. They don't have the work ethic. People with work ethic outwork people that have this name and this clout and everything.
For sure.
That is really important.
That's why they say hard work beats talent.
Exactly.
Every time.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely beats talent.
Yeah. Because you can have all the talent in the world, but without the work ethic, you can. I compare it. I played football, so you look at guys who was good in Pop Warner, get to high school, and it's like, damn, what happened? Good in high school, get to college, it's like, what happened? Get to the league, it's like, what happened? So that hard work is always important. So speaking on the judgment call, like how. See, judgment is something I think I found the artist and like, bro, hard. Then somebody else listen to him and be like, this nigga weak. And I'll be like, okay, well, I guess that was that. Like, it don't mean nothing. So speak on that judgment call. Like, what is it, do you trust yourself with your judgment? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, we kind of got that from Nip because when we was doing Victory Lap, it was it was stressful at first because, that's his first major label album. And so you want to represent good, and we went in there like, you got to make these singles and you got to do all this. And then I remember one day Nip came to us and he was like, man, I'll never forget, he was like, y'all should do what y'all think is good. And that's how we kind of did the album. And so we stopped overthinking and just doing what we felt, what sounded good for him, because we around him all the time. So we know what type of person he is. We know he's neighborhood Nip from Crenshaw, so we knew that. We knew that he's bougie. He's one of the most bougiest people we ever knew. You know what I'm saying? The most bougie is Rich Rollin'. So you know what I'm saying? They're bougie. You know what I'm saying? And then he like expensive shit. You know what I'm saying? So and it had to be like organic feeling. So once we figured that out, it's like you got to make music of who you are. Like, I think what's missing in music right now is people are making music thinking that other people are going to like it instead of making music of what you genuinely like, And that's what we trying to do, even with all the new artists. Is like, man, that's why I keep saying if we can break a new artist, that's special. That's what makes Dr. Dre, Dr. Dre.
I'm not going to lie. I was putting together a playlist for my son's birthday party, right? I'm like, man, these niggas don't make music for the kids.
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't make nothing that you can, it's birthday party safe for kids. Like, everything is, you know, you can think about it. Just dick, pussy, everything. You know, it's like, man, come on, make something that the kids can enjoy. You know, like Snoop did. Like, you know, they all did this type of thing.
Well, that's why Nip was a very different person in his lyric choice. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to all his lyrics, it was about motivation, dedication, hard work, keep going, like things that anybody can relate to. Anybody can relate to. You got to keep going hard. A teacher tells your students that, like, you should work harder. These are basic things that he implemented into the music. So regardless if it's not like we're not on the radio or if it's not the lyrics that everybody loved, it's still going to be timeless. It's going to mean something in 20 years, like Tupac. Like all the shit Tupac was saying back then, that shit is making all the sense right now. So you get what I'm saying? It's not about, that's what it's about.
So is that something that can be taught? You know what I'm saying? Because I said I wouldn't know what a timeless song is. But I remember I heard Nipsey talk about how he was saying, like, he was listening to Crenshaw one day and he was, okay, this song is timeless. This, you know, I want to make timeless. What do you think is the key to making timeless music? Does it have to be the beat? Does it have to just be the lyrics?
I think it's both.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's both.
It's all together. It's like a marriage. Like everything has to align. And when you notice that, then you be like, oh yeah, that's a timeless record right there. Like that's gonna last. Like the song "Real Big," that was made during the Crenshaw days.
Yes, yes, I remember.
So the fact that it lasted this long, we was right about that. Like, this is a timeless record right here.
Yeah, Nip always said that. He was like, this song was always gonna be on my album.
Yeah, because Crenshaw was supposed to be the album. Okay, I got you.
And that's kind of how we built the relationship. Was that through the Crenshaw shit? He like, okay, this is how I want my music to sound, so let's just keep it consistent. So that's why you notice from Crenshaw on, we was always a part of the music.
Facts. And now it came a long way from that $200 beat he bought from you back.
Oh yeah.
My goodness,
Man,
right? Like, shout out to Phonics. I know Phonics was, you know what I'm saying, kind of like the what do you call that? I guess the lead of building a relationship with
Phonics was Phonics was the glue. Nip already respected Phonics' ear. You know what I'm saying? So, and Phonics, I can honestly say, was the first person that was like, Nip's a star. He was the first person I ever heard say that.
And so
like, he's a star.
And Phonics would know that because Phonics' father produced for Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Okay, so how often are y'all looking at Phonics to kind of like tell y'all about the music or give his opinion on the music that y'all making?
I mean, he's part of he's definitely like he said, the glue. He put all of us together. So like, we all became close through our boy Gene. You know what I'm saying? Gene knew Phonics. You know what I'm saying? But Gene knew keys like kind of on his own, you know what I'm saying? But me and Phonics became close, and then we all became close together, and then I learned pretty much like how to produce through Phonics and keys. You know what I'm saying? Like I was making beats, but like I learned through them because they were already doing it. And like then obviously Phonics introducing us to his dad was a game changer in our career as producers because he's been producing. Like, he's Dr. Dre's big homie. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's levels. And so he produced like Smooth Criminal, Michael Jackson Bad album, like things that are like forever, timeless. So we always asked him hella questions that he always used to tell us just have fun. He told us 2 secrets that I'll never forget, and rest in peace to Phonics' dad. He told us 2 secrets that I will always keep dear to us. He said the number one thing, he said the best investment you guys will ever have as producers is having a studio. And he was like, you guys got to have fun. Like, if it's not fun, don't do it.
Don't do it. Now, speaking of that, I know, and shout out to Marshall. You said Marshall came through and helped you out. You had it for a minute. They didn't know what to do with it.
Didn't know what to do with it.
Speak on learning these what do you call it, computers or machines. Speak on learning that part. You know, because so many people kind of pick this stuff up and be like, what the hell do I do with it?
Right.
So what is that process like, learning how to use these things?
It's just repetition, man. You just got to keep stabbing at it.
I feel like it's like video games to the kids now.
Oh yeah, they learn fast.
The kids now are learning fast because they have the access. See, when we came in the music game, it was expensive to make music. A Triton, you know how much a Triton was back then?
No, I don't know the price.
A Triton, I think back then was like $1,500. So back then that's
a lot.
That's a lot of money in the 2000s, and like back then. So you had to really go hustle, or you had the new people that had someone that had studio equipment.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I think now it's like these kids, you could just get Fruity Loops. Yeah. It's free, damn near. Yeah. And you can just, you know, it's like a video game.
Many people that have that, and I'm like, you know, the way that you kind of make it is by sticking out some way, somehow. I'm cool on being like everybody else.
Not like, following the trend.
Yeah, I don't want to do that, bro. I don't want to do that at all.
I feel that.
Yeah, watch you getting involved.
Mike was out there going crazy. Yeah, 63. They lost, but
he went crazy.
He went crazy.
He
was like, I ain't gonna even like.
Look at Kevin McHale, like, what?
Look, Jordan
is
63.
Imagine playing against that. You know what I mean? Like, but it's something about that has to be born in you, though.
You got to really study Michael Jordan. See, Michael Jordan's brother was 5'7", but he had like a 42-inch vertical leap. You know about Michael Jordan's brother? So his brother, he could never beat his brother in basketball, and they said his dad, Michael Jordan's dad, always gave his brother all the love and was like, show him everything. So they was like Jordan, that was all his motivation. Like, yeah, I'm gonna show them like I'm the guy. And that's where that motivation, that drive and motivation comes from, because I know that feeling of you can't, you know, like you can't beat somebody. And it's like, you know, his big brother, he could never beat his big brother Larry.
But I mean, at least it was his big brother.
So that's why if you hear Michael Jordan talk, he always be like, man, like, he was like, it's hard for him to watch sports and shit because he's so competitive. So it's hard for him to like watch the shit and be, because he's like, he damn near want to suit up and play.
Yeah, I be on some like, nigga, I'm finna get out here and kill you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I be like. When I played football was my streets. I couldn't, you know, I wasn't a gangbanger. You feel me? I didn't really want that problem. But on a football field, I could be all that.
Yeah.
I'm going up, I'm pressing the hardest, nigga. I'm running up to hit against your hardest guy. That's what I did.
Yeah.
So I always would correlate football to be my streets, because at some point you want to let that energy out. And that's what did it for me. So like for a while, when I didn't have football, I was trying to step into real life. I didn't know what I was going to do. So I was depressed, lost, confused, like, God, like, $8 an hour, this is what I'm supposed to do for the rest of my life? Like, I went through that. You know what I'm saying? And that shit didn't feel good.
But football prepared you for that.
Yeah, football prepared me for this. Because, first of all, when you step into the industry, you don't make no money.
Yeah.
But you got to be able to love what you do.
Oh, if you don't love this, get out of here.
Exactly. And that's what I learned. I guess I kind of had that in my mind. You truly have to it's cool to be famous and all that, but first of all, you got to understand, I did this when I didn't have no bread.
And all them famous people did that when they didn't have no bread.
Come on, didn't have no bread, was broke, nigga. I'm chasing my dreams.
Everybody just see the fame. They don't see what it takes to get there.
Exactly, bro. And that right there is the part, see, where Instagram could probably poison people's minds.
Definitely.
Because all you see is, this nigga's winning, he in the Lambo, he on the boat.
And that shit'll trick you.
Yeah.
It tricks everybody. It tricks the best.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Well, I mean, what do you mean by it tricks the best?
Like, you know, perception, bro. Perception is everything. So, you know, it'll be like, you ever seen, like, we'll just use somebody's relationship. Like, people look like they happy, a wife and a family or whatever, and then, nigga, you don't know, they might be at the house fighting every day.
Facts.
So the internet will have you thinking, oh, they shit good, and then you thinking your shit ain't good, and your shit way better than that. So it's, you just gotta worry about yourself.
Yeah, that's why I keep it a buck about everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just talking to me about, he was like, bro, you got family at home with you. I said, bro, look, I'm married, but being married is very humble. I said, bro, if my wife will put me in my place, like, for real, she will tell me about myself. Right. And it'll be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, very uncomfortable, but you need that in your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I was talking to somebody, I'm like, I don't know why people act like they don't need women. Like, you feel me? These women, they keep the world going. You know? And if we don't have women, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not here without the women.
Right.
So, I you know, my wife is, man, that's everything, bro. Like, that end of the day, that confirmation right there is, that's beautiful. So I really value that. even though it's tough. You know, like we need that though. You know, relationship, marriage especially, it's not gonna be peaches and cream. You're gonna go through waves.
Yeah, ain't nothing peaches and cream.
Emotion.
That's why I want to see how parents did with their relationships before.
Time if we had to go back to that. That'll be hard, bro. Ooh, that'll be tough.
Because it's like people don't, you know what I'm saying, function without the internet, because what's going on right now is everybody showing. I was just telling Keys, like, not showing everything is a great thing.
If in your opinion, when you run your ship, what is that?
Well, privacy is, I think privacy is a good thing. You think you gotta have a private life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe in showing everything that you do and how you live, and you know, even like with music, all that, like people should know how like you create. I think that's a private thing. You know what I'm saying?
So I mean, but you know,
do you see any videos of Dr. Dre or any of them making beats?
No.
Doing songs, you know why? Because that's a private thing.
But do you think it was because that was the space and time they was in? Though?
I think with that, when people say you gotta adjust the time, I think certain rules will always be the same.
Okay.
So I don't believe in, it's just like that. It's like talking about hard work. It's like it's like exclusivity. People still like things that everybody don't have access to. That's still never going nowhere.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So
how do you protect that though? You know, because some people say it's your price, some people say it's your process.
We was just talking about this, like everybody's been telling us like, you guys got to do Twitch, you got to do this, and we was like, maybe that might not. I'm not really a fan of when everybody says you got to do it.
Okay.
You know,
I understand that.
And I believe like maybe we might have something else in place for us. Yeah. It might not be Twitch. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think I don't know. It has to be a valuable thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand the streaming stuff because I know what it is to hang out with people that play video games all day. You know what I'm saying? And just watch them hang out. So I understand the streaming thing, because the streaming thing to me is basically barbershop talk.
Yes. Okay.
You're just hanging out, you know what I'm saying? And you're just talking about, you know what I'm saying? That's why I see like Kevin Hart and jumping in, hanging out with Kai Cenat, because for his brand, being organic always works. You know what I'm saying? So no movie he does, people will talk more about the skits he did with Kai Cenat than any movie that they invested in, if that makes sense. Because it's organic and they want to see who you really are as a person. So like that, I love that type of shit. Yeah. Like, seeing Kevin Hart in his real, who he really is, was hilarious to me. Because that's who he really is. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about your business deals and all that, and I feel like that's what music is, and that's what the world, the organic shit has to get back to the organic shit, not so forced. I think everything is forced now.
I got you. Jesus, I'm gonna stand next to him so you can make sure you stand right there. No, that makes a lot of sense there. I think that the organic situation, that's always best. Do you feel like sometimes when you see the camera come on, you got to put on a character, or is it, you know?
Oh,
okay.
I remember we used to try to take pictures. You know, you do a photo shoot, and one thing I've learned about the photos is the best photos is the organic ones. When we be trying to take photos, they never come out good.
The off guards.
And it's just like that in music. When we try to like, let's make a single today, we never do.
You never do. No, that's funny because like now we can take a picture and look at it and be like, no, I don't want this one. But back in the day, whatever it was, that's what it was. You know what I mean? Like you just had to accept that. Now, like I feel like that. I guess, I mean, adapting to our time today, it's just like that's what we so used to, bro. Like, we just used to being able to protect our image in front of these cameras. And I think back in the day, they couldn't do that. However shit was, that's what it was. Yeah. You just got to accept it. You know what I mean? Do you feel like we have an advantage for that? Or do you feel like that's a disadvantage? It's like a crutch.
It's like half and half.
Yeah.
I think it's good because it's like you have more access to people, but is that a great thing? To have access to all these people?
What you think about that?
I think keeping the mystique is valuable. That's a valuable thing. Being mysterious, because when you do that, people are curious, and curiosity, you know, people are intrigued by that.
Yeah, like why you're not doing what everybody else does.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
I believe in that. It's like Nip selling the $100 CD.
Yeah.
He did that because he's like, nobody's not even thinking about that. And yeah, it might be off brand at first, but if you see the vision, and it's like now everybody has to think like that. That was motto now.
Yeah, that was very.
You know what I'm saying? But that was a gamble and a guts in a.
That was very good.
But that comes from the old school thing of being like, well, we can't do the
norm.
The norm, you know, and yeah, and even with him putting out Victory Lap, like it's the only album he's ever put out. That's valuable to me.
Yeah.
A lot of these artists got all these albums and everything. He's like, he got one album.
And he explained that added value in itself, especially when it came out.
Yeah.
I think he said somebody had a conversation with 50 Cent who told him like, bro, this is your only album. Like that's, you know what I'm saying?
Take it serious.
How did y'all feel about the timing of everything? Like knowing that Crenshaw should have been that, but he dropped it when he dropped it. Like, you know.
I think once he heard Crenshaw, he's like, oh, we can make better music. Like now, you know what I'm saying? Because we came in the picture during Crenshaw.
Yeah, Check Me Out was the first song. Yeah. Shout out to Don. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we were doing Get Home Safely at the time.
Yeah.
That kind of like happened. Like we end up simultaneously doing both of those at the same time. And Casey Veggie's Life Changes.
Shout out Casey.
All those three at the same time.
Yeah, because y'all said Casey brung Bino around.
Yeah, Casey brought Bino around.
Shout out to Casey.
Sure.
I went to high school, went to Crenshaw with Casey. I think he went there for like a year. And next thing I knew, once he left, it was like the nigga blew up all of a sudden. I'm like, damn, man.
Casey's a legend. He was the first. Casey was the first artist signed to Roc Nation from California on the West Coast.
Remember that.
And he's the first person to have a Puma deal.
Yeah.
He was like, Casey and they crew, Anwar and all them, they were on the wave like early. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
talk about that era, bro.
That was the best era ever. That was probably the best era probably in music era probably ever, because we seen everybody grow. YG, DJ Mustard, T-Fly, Casey Veggies, Dom Kennedy, Nipsey, everybody on the West Coast at that time. And 1500 or Nothing, like it was like the most amazing time probably in music. I remember when Hit Boy and them had the Surf Club and Kent Money, everybody, it was like a different time in music. I feel like Dom Kennedy, it was like,
it was a movie.
Everybody it wasn't no money yet. Nobody had no money.
So you think that contributed?
I think that has a lot to do with it, because when you're trying to figure it out with no money, I think you do your best shit.
You're like hungry. You
hungry, you trying to figure it out, and I feel like, you know, money makes everybody a little bit more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I've always had so much respect for Dr. Dre. And to this day, I can't figure out like him being a billionaire. Like he works every day, and it's like, it's because he loves the music. The passion of the music is beyond anything you can fathom. It ain't even about no money. It's like, yeah, I have money, but it's not even about money no more. It's about passion. And it's like, that's what we got from everybody at that time. From 2011 to like, what, 2014?
Yeah.
That was a pivotal time in the mixtape era. Everybody was like, it was a resurgent in music. Kendrick, TDE, everything was just crazy. And it was like, it was a different time. It was a different time in music. And like, I just seen everybody, like, I literally watched DJ Mustard and YG and then be stars. And like, we watched that shit happen in real time. So it was like, for me, it was like I said, remember we was talking about people that are better? We was around that, and we was like, man, we used to watch Mustard and YG and them, and we like, man, we got to step our shit up. Like, man, they on the radio, they cracking, but they was around us. So we was like, that was motivation. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, good.
Talk about that community. You know what I mean? Like me and him was having a conversation in the car about the community, about how everybody loves and supports each other. When it's your moment, you have it. Talk about how important that community is for everybody's success.
It was everything.
I mean, it's very important to have a community. That's how you get stronger, and that's how you stay motivated too. Like how he mentioned, like, you know, being around people that's better than you. That's never gonna die down. Like, you're always gonna get better by being around somebody that has more experience than you, because you're always gonna learn from them.
That's just the way of the world. Yeah.
So seeing DJ Mustard pull up to the studio to work with T Fly, and he really on the radio consistently, that was motivating to us. Like, damn, like,
and he was asking us questions like, what y'all use, like how did, like, he was trying to you know, get us on albums and all that. So he was motivated by us too.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look at that, bro. Did y'all know that y'all were motivating other people? Because I know at a certain point in time when y'all got in the door, it was learning. You know what I'm saying? I remember y'all kind of got y'all put on when y'all stepped into the room with Cypress Hill and all them, and it was a producer who kind of intimidated y'all a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So talk about that. I forgot his name. I know
Scoop
it's
DeVille.
Scoop DeVille. There we go. Scoop DeVille. You know what I'm saying? Talk about that, bro. When you are in that sort of heat, and you have no choice but to adapt. And we're gonna talk more about the Victory Lab. Y'all talk about how y'all stayed up in the studio, made beds all over the place. Like, why do y'all think that's so important? For people to understand and know, like, bro, we did not leave the studio.
Because you in the energy. You can't leave the energy.
Can't leave the energy.
That's crazy.
It's once you create an energy, you feel it. And everybody feels it that's around or a part of it. So it's like, once you leave it, the magic is gone. So it's like, I'll give you an example. It's like someone that works out every day. You have to consistently work out every day to keep your body in the tip-top shape that you want it. So those days that you don't work out, your body becomes off. It's not, because your body is used to a rhythm. So when we create music, especially when you create an album, everybody has to kind of be in cahoots. It's like this. It's like the camera person has to know what he's doing. The engineer got to know what he's doing. The manager got to know what he's doing. The producer, everybody got to know what they doing at the same time for it to work. But you got to be in the energy, or you won't know. It's like being somewhere you don't know. It's like someone tell you about something and you're like, well, I don't know, I wasn't there. And that's why you got to be a part of the energy.
So is it, okay, so preparing for an album versus preparing for an EP or a mixtape, do y'all approach that differently?
It just randomly happens, man. I don't even think you plan for it. It's just whatever the vibe,
comes.
I think most people work like that too. From what I'm learning.
Well, so how did you pick up that learning? Like, what example did you get to understand most people are working like that?
By working with them personally. Like, everybody kind of works like this.
1500, Lawrence and Mars really showed us how to be producers. Like, because they was always in the studio working, and them being amazing musicians, it's easier for them to work in a session. See, these are the tricks and trades we had to learn. Like, as a producer, if you just know how to make beats and you don't know how to play instruments, it'll hinder you with certain artists. You know what I'm saying? So
I hear Mars reference that a lot. It's kind of like, if you skip that part, you skipping the real DNA. But is that something that producers or beat makers need today because of the...
Well, that's the difference between a beat maker and a producer. Like, we watched Mars and Rance produce records. And producing records don't mean like, oh yeah, I just made this beat and then y'all get on the song. Nah, it might be a part where they're like, yo, can you play this bridge right here? You can't insert a sample into a bridge. You know what I'm saying? You got to play that. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to know the key, the singers in. You got to know all these things before you even do it. So we learned that from them. Like, damn, like, you can't just make a beat and expect for the song to get done. So you got to really see the song all the way through and produce it as a producer. So there's a lot of things you got to do. You got to, like, I learned from Mars, you got a vocal coach. When you're working with R&B artists, you got to vocal coach them. And you gotta follow it through. So it's not just about making beats. So, like, as a producer, you gotta really know how to play chords and do the basics like you had to do back in the day.
That's deep, because I often hear y'all specifically. So Mars, I've always heard him say that. Just the instruments just makes it so much different. You know what I'm saying? I know he has and the crazy part, my family grew up going to Morris's family's church.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I've been knowing him. I was a baby. You know what I'm saying? So when we finally met again, I didn't know who he was, and I took a picture with him, put it on Instagram. My auntie was like, I wonder if he remembers you. I said, what you mean? She said, yeah, we went to his church. That's Lamar. I said, what? And I told him that, and he was like, oh, shit, that's crazy. So it was just full circle.
Talk about the full circles that y'all go through here, though. Like you said, that's why it's important to connect with people even if they don't have a name yet, because that shit comes full circle whether you know it or not. So talk about the full circle moments y'all have had like that. It's been nothing but love and respect, but you think about it like, damn, that's full circle.
Well, I mean, all of us come from a church background.
Facts.
So, like, us connecting with Mars, Lawrence, 1500, they all come from a church background. Yeah. So it's, like, easy. You know, Terrace Martin, like, all these guys we met early in our music career, and they all attached to church. So that's what we attached to. So I feel like that's the relationship. Like, oh, we got that in common. Like, I know what type of person you was in church. You know what I'm saying? Because we all come from that background. So I think that's what's missing in music right now is the church people. The church music. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's that's what's missing.
That's deep.
It's
because
like we don't.
The area y'all came from in the church, the success that y'all have had, you gotta thank God for that.
Yeah.
You gotta thank God for that, baby. You know what I'm saying? You gotta thank God for that. But that is a very interesting take, the church aspect. But all of y'all that did it, it's where y'all are. That's freaking interesting, bro.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why do you think, of course, God, boom, we know that. But why else do you think that the church is so important or has been so important to this?
Just the music, you know, like singing in the choir, doing music, everybody around us that did music in church. It's just, you know, those type of people. So I feel like when we came to the music industry, it was like a lot of people that we went to church with that was good, because like I learned from my cousin. I had my big cousin Terry Hart. He was a musician, but he played for like all the famous gospel groups and bands. So I always thought that was so cool. Like, man, you're traveling the world, you're getting paid just to play the keyboard. So I always thought that was cool. So for me, it was like meeting Mars and meeting Rance and them, and they're like working with all these famous artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was like, dang, like you're playing church music. So that's like phenomenal. You know?
Now I know Blue Laces. Mars has something to do with Blue Laces, correct?
So Blue Laces is produced by Mr. Lee.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Lee.
Mr. Lee produced. Mr. Lee, you know, that's our big brother.
Yeah.
We met him through Nip. He's
shout out
our
to him.
family.
Yeah.
Mr. Lee did both of the Blue Laces 1 and 2, and the third one too. And but we worked on. So when we got to mixing on Blue Laces, it was some things that happened with the file, so we had to fix the beat. So we just fixed the beat, but we didn't produce Blue Laces 2. We co-produced that, but Mr. Lee produced that song. That's always been a dear song to Nip's heart. He always loved that song.
That piano in there, that sounds very churchy.
Oh yeah.
That, I don't know if it's a piano or organ, but whatever it is, that melody.
Yeah, no, that was in the sample.
Sheesh. That sounds, that's dope as a
It's the church we talking about.
Exactly.
That's what you're talking about. It's that feeling. That's what he was searching for.
Like. Yeah, exactly what it feels like. So taking us back to that 2013, that era, that 2014 era, can you give us like some type of memory that y'all have from that you know, something that a moment, you know what I'm saying, it's something that'll forever stick with y'all?
Us getting a studio with Nip.
Yeah.
Us getting a studio with Nip in 2014 was, we got to learn Nipsey. From there, you know, it's like once you start living with somebody in the studio, and like we really got to learn him, and like we really watched him, his brother and his family like build, you know, Nipsey Hussle brand, Marathon Clothing,
Amazing.
Crenshaw. We watched them build that, you know what I'm saying, from scratch. And so that was like, damn, that's what I'm saying. The motivation, doing things that we never seen happen, and like being a part of that, and then building the music on top of that, and like even Nip teaching us so, like we learned so much from Nipsey that didn't have nothing to do with music. Like he was always on us about us being on our independence as producers and us building our brand. Like, we used to complain to him a lot, you know, about not getting paid, because remember that era, nobody had money, so nobody was getting paid, so we used to complain a lot. And Nip used to always be like, man, if you don't like how something is, change it. And so we just, that changed our whole career. You know what I'm saying? That was I feel like the turning point in our career. We changed our name. We were the Futuristics at that time. Yeah. We changed our name at that time, so he started saying change our thing, so we started making changes that nobody wasn't really paying attention to, but we were changing our, you know, trying to upgrade our career.
Yeah. No, that's crazy to me, because I remember him saying your name in the beginning, Mike and Keys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy to be well, not crazy, but it's a blessing to be standing here with y'all, because that was before I was even doing what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? Like, I was working a job trying to figure that shit out. Right. And I think I was fresh out of college, like 2012, like type shit. And so to be standing here with y'all and remembering that Mike and Keys, the way he said it, the iconic, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. Man, talk about that. Like, was he supposed to be the guy, you know, if everybody used, they got a sound for their tag. Y'all be stuttering and shit, excuse me. But was that something that y'all did on purpose, or was it just kind of like?
He said it in the song we had put out on Cartier Frames.
Yeah, Cartier Frame.
That was our first song we ever put out with Nipsey.
And Bino.
Yeah. And he said Mike and Keys. And the way he said it in the song is how he says it to us. Yeah. So he's like, we gotta use that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's how he says it. Like, what's good, Mike and Keys? Like, yeah. So it was like, we had to do that. Yeah. Oh, and we never used the tag ever. And I don't know, it just felt like
organic.
Yeah, organic. Like, we don't always use it, but every once in a while you'll hear it.
Yeah. And then you know, I want to actually step out and look at this plaque right here, and I want to talk about this plaque. So let's walk over here, man. This is Clap It Up Cribs with Mike and Keys.
Oh, look, still got problems.
Jason Martin. Yeah.
You know, I would call him Jason Martin. He gets mad. Hey, we say your mama call you Clay.
Yeah, man. Come on, Jason Martin here. Hey, wait a minute. While he's here, as a matter of fact, you know what you eat. No, you don't have to say too much. But I remember you saying that you like him being in the studio with you because he's very directed.
Right? He's our executive producer. He's our A&R, you know what I'm saying? Because him as an artist and a producer, he understands kind of both sides.
Yeah.
So for us, like, when we doing things, he's like, we might be doing something, he like, maybe you could do it this way. Yeah. So I trust his judgment. So you know?
Yeah. So speak on that though. How did you get into your producer bag? I kind of know you took it back all the way to DJ Quick coming out to take a piss one day. You were just there working. Talk about being in your producer bag. How did you learn?
I started making beats first. At the MPC with the cheap keyboard, trike. But then when I got a trike, when I got the Motif 6, taught myself Pro Tools, taught myself all of that stuff. So that's how I came into this. I kind of learned how to rap on the way. So that was already my thing. Like, I like putting the right people, the right songs together. I'm not really about if I shine off the song, gotta be the best.
I learned that he was unselfish when I was watching Drink Champs. He was really just like giving everybody their flowers. And I was telling him, I said, that's a wonderful trait because everybody doesn't have that. You know what I mean? I'm like, how did you learn to get like that? What did it take? He's just like, bro, I just want people to have theirs.
I'm confident in myself enough to share the flowers around. Right?
Yeah, that's right. Love. Quick little flower. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this right here was you about to make a studio, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's what they call it. It's to be announced.
Yeah, to TBX. So this right here is the plaque I wanted to talk about. It's first of all, it's beautiful. Look at this. You know, like,
it's only like 24.
24. It's only 24.
It's only like
What you mean?
I think, so I'm saying like only the family.
Yeah.
Only the family.
Oh.
It was from the family. So this came from the Nipsey Hussle estate.
Yeah, that's fire. Bro, talk about, walking past this. I don't know if it's anything deep or not, but just walking past this, knowing this was something that y'all, contributed to and accomplished, bro. Like, rest in peace, Nipsey, how often is he in your mind? You know, how often are y'all in the studio just thinking about the process with him and contributing to today? What is that like?
I promise you, to us, it ain't even like he gone. It don't even feel like he gone. It's like he here. So it's like, I don't even, like, you don't really never hear, like, people be like, do y'all be sad? I'm be like, man, to be honest with you, our spirit and energy that we had with Nip was so spiritual. He'll be mad if we was sad. He'd be like, what y'all crying for? You know? So for us, he always with us. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even look at it like that. Like we had a good relationship with him when it came to that. So I never looked at it like that. I know Keys, I think we cried the first week, and then once it got like, we was like, come on, He's like,
if it's not too much, where were y'all when everything?
We was at the studio. I was at the studio.
Yeah, I was at the crib on Sunday.
BJ, Chicago, the kid. It was like we was just happy to be at the studio. I just had my second child like that week, and Reason from TDE called me and called me. It was like, yo, I think Nip got shot. And when he told us that, we was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, he got shot. Like, he's straight. He gon' like, I didn't think of it like, and then our boy Dion called us and was like, yeah, it's not good. And so that's when we knew. And then I called Keys and told him. And he was like, I was like, what are you talking about?
I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it at all.
Yeah, it felt like it made the world stand still for a couple people. Cause I remember I couldn't eat. And
that was a weird time. At that time, like, man, I don't even think we made music for a long time. We had stepped away from music. We was just like, it was like definitely a different time and energy for sure.
Yeah. So speaking of that, okay, do you feel like, because we have lost so many artists who were pretty much doing it, you know what I mean? Do you feel like that plays a role in where the West Coast may stand right now?
It's part of that energy I was telling you about. Like Nip was the glue guy. Nip, like how would you talk about with Problem? Nip wanted everybody to be together. You know what I'm saying? He was willing to sacrifice that. So, you know what I'm saying? That he was always like with the West Coast unity without saying it, if that makes sense. Like he wasn't saying it, he was doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just knew that that's what he was standing on.
Yeah.
What about for you?
Like he said, it's like, it's very important and very significant. You know what I mean? Like as far as like the sound we created with him, you think about all that stuff, and it's just a blessing, really.
Yeah.
That was God's plan.
Come on. And check me out, of course, started that off. And I saw y'all make the beat. I saw, the sample and everything like that. Did such a freaking great job with that. And that's why you say it's so important to do the instruments, because y'all would have to incorporate some of that in there. When y'all made that beat, did y'all feel like did y'all know that would be the kickoff to what you guys had to come?
No.
Or did y'all even know that was his sound? Because it was like right there, that's Nipsey, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
we didn't know until he said something.
Yeah.
Right, and the rest was playing them beats, and he was always picking y'all beats.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Like Nip would tell us like, this is my sound now. Like this right here, stick with that.
Yeah, facts.
That's crazy, man. Rest in peace to Nip. Very important to the culture. It's just like, what DJ here said, he's an anomaly. You know what I'm saying? Like the way the brand is going with the Krabby Patties right now, the Marathon burger.
No, that's Nip.
Are y'all planning on going that?
No, I'm saying we're always a part of everything that's going on with Nip, all that. Like we got invited to everything. We just had something to do, but we definitely get invited to everything.
Yeah, man, come on, man. Shout out to that. We're gonna step up in here. You said he got his drum set up in here, right? And I stepped up in here and I was scared to get on the shit. If you could give somebody one word of advice on how to master these drums, what would that be?
Practice.
Yeah, practice.
Because I got these motherfuckers.
Drums is about a timing thing. So you gotta really know, like, you gotta have timing. It's a rhythm. You gotta have timing and rhythm.
Yeah.
You can't just play some drums just to play it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Let me ask you, how much time do you spend? I see you cook up right here. You jump on. I don't know. I don't want to say pianos if that's not what it is.
No, they're keyboards.
Okay, so you jump on the keyboards. How do you know what sound is right for a beat?
It's a feeling.
Yeah.
You just know, like, yeah, this sound's supposed to match.
Yeah. Cause I'll be sitting up in here when I seen you kind of cooking with Pun a little bit, and I seen you playing with the keys trying to find it. How long does that take you? You know what I'm saying? To kind of like, does it take a while? Have you ever got frustrated with that process?
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, and that's where the great musicians come into play. Because they can do it so easy. The things that we be trying to struggle with, they can do it fast.
Do you feel like they say writer's block? Do you feel like you get producer's block maybe?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So what was that like? What is that like?
What happened?
To get producer's block?
It was just, it's not motivational. Like, it's not motivating. That means you have to be around people that are better than you. That's what we always say. 'Cause that's the motivation you get, is being around other musicians, being around, other producers that might have different ideas. And
that's where that comes.
That's where that comes from.
Do you have to listen to 70s music in particular to kind of create those creative juices, or is it just
inspiration? You just listen to the music for inspiration and be like, dang, like, let's do some feeling like this. Feels, not do that, but feels like it.
So what starts that energy when you walk up in here?
We don't know. It's creating, bro. We don't even know.
You got to create to create.
Yeah, you just got to energy. You just got to let it happen.
Yeah, you have to create that energy. That's one thing I was thinking to myself too. I made a video about this. People see that they see what they feel was a certain energy on the camera, but you got to understand that has to be created. You never know how many times somebody might have to shoot something, or how long they've been sitting there trying to figure it out. That has to be created. With Crenshaw, with Victory Lap, those were energies that y'all created. With with Don King, those were all energies that y'all created. Can y'all say, if y'all could put it in words, what contributes to the Get Home Safely? What contributes to the Victory Laps in the sense of that energy? Like some people feel like they gotta have a gang of people. Well, I heard.
We used to hanging out together. Yeah. Like, we hung out with Dom every day. We hung out with Nip every day. So, like, you know what I'm saying? When you hang out with somebody, you start understanding each other. Like, oh, okay, he likes this. And he put us up on that. What's that food spot we used to go and get?
Fred's.
It was a Thai spot.
Yeah, it was like this Thai spot. We used to go get this Thai food. And we used to order it all the time, and then. He put us up on like food spots, like that Argentinian food we used to eat.
Oh yeah, I forgot the name, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so we used to just little stuff like that. We used to order food, eat, like talk about music. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then make music. You know what I'm saying?
So I know Jay Dilla is like what you call it? Right, what's right here?
Yeah,
Jay Dilla right here in the cut. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Jay Dilla right there in the cut. Oh, and this is the rules, right?
Yeah.
Okay, look. Can I hold this?
Yeah, of course.
Check this out. Stop. Enter only to record. Leave your phone off. Do not come in to hit the weed. Okay, that's very important. Don't come in and try to hit the weed. Do not come in to sleep. Do not come in here talking. Now, I want to ask you, what contributed to making these rules?
So Nipsey made those rules, but we all had them on our door at our old studio, and I can tell you what everything means.
What does it mean?
Okay, so stop means, listen, before you come in here, you got to know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's number one. Enter only to record, meaning if you coming in this room, this is for people that's only recording, no small talk. Leave your phone out means we don't want you to record nothing and post it on Instagram. Do not come in and hit the weed, meaning we always have a lot of weed for ourselves. Yeah. Meaning don't come in and smoke our weed. You better have your own weed. Do not come in and sleep, because when people go in and come in the studio, go to sleep, you make everybody else sleep. You know what I'm saying? And then do not come in here talking, meaning small talk. Yeah. Don't come in here with the small talk, changing the energy of the vibe. So those are the rules.
So these are rules.
Nipsey wrote that.
That Nipsey wrote. Y'all get that. That's exclusive right there, man. Nipsey wrote that. And they all mean something. And this is something that y'all keep near and dear and continue to follow.
Yeah, I mean, we had rules at Paramount everywhere. Like, we would, like, you know what I'm saying? We were, don't make a mess. You know what I'm saying? We're not here to pick up behind people. We're here to this is a business. We're here to make music and be creative. So we shouldn't be worrying about people making a mess and doing all that. So yeah, you got to have rules, and I feel like that's why it worked.
Shout out to that, man. Now I know y'all haven't dropped y'all project yet, right?
No.
Okay. Can y'all talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, we're working on a project. I mean, we're working on like I said, we're working with all the new artists, blended in with all the artists that we like, and it's like 90% done.
Okay. How much time have y'all put into that?
It's just over time, probably like 2-3 years.
Damn. How do y'all hold on to stuff that long?
It's just time. Music is a timing thing. So it's like we might have made that song then and it sounded cool, and then when we go back and listen to it, it's like, oh, it sounds even, So it's like, I think the timing of what we're doing right now fits right now.
See, I feel like it'll be hard to hold on to shit.
We used to think that, but it's like you gotta. That's the belief thing.
Yeah.
You gotta be like, nah, this is for this. You gotta know that.
That's cool. That's what's up, man. Now I know you showed me something exclusive at the panel with Gang. Okay, can you talk about that at all?
Yeah, I mean, we gotta like.
They got you gotta say that.
We on. Hey, Prob, can I say we on the Wiz album? Can I say we on the Wiz album?
You just said it.
All right, we're on the new Wiz album's coming out.
Speak about that, man. Speak about working with Game. Like,
that nigga gonna pull up here too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Speak about working with Game. What similarities do you get from like Game, Dom, Nip, and like, in what ways are they similar?
They all work hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Problem, Game, Nip. They work hard. Davies, super hard.
Shout out Davies, the project that he just released. I was just playing him a song. I said this shit is crazy. Crafting Davies, y'all have that East sound too. But y'all can really put that together. When you working with Davies, I know you said there was a lot of similarities with him and Nip. How much more crafting did you have to go to get to his sound?
We don't really have to do a lot with Dave because he be so happy to be on the music. So it's like he's gonna get it done. Like we just texted him something right now, and he just said, "Man, thank y'all for this. I really
But we gotta keep up with him because he records over everything.
Yeah,
really.
so
we like the amount of beats we have to have for him is high. Like
really, that's crazy.
Usually, we can, get by with a couple beats here and there. You can't really do that with him.
What was it like being able to connect with Davies, man, and get to learn him? How was that?
He the coolest. He just literally, like, we always say he's the East Coast Nip. Like, they the same person. Like, you know how you say you have people in the world that like you're like, his spirit and Nip's spirit are the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, is just a genuine person. And he genuinely, like, when we go to New York, man, like, you would think we from New York now when we be with Dave. Cause just, you know what I'm saying? The love he treat us. We go and, like I said, it's a family thing. Like, we go hang out with Dave, his mom and his dad's there. You know what I'm saying? His friends, like, so it's a family thing. How
important is it to be able to go to somebody else's situation and experience and kind of learn their culture though? For as far as this music stuff,
I mean, it's amazing. Like him being from Harlem. Like I've never been to Harlem in my life. But being there with Dave East is a whole nother experience. And you just being at his store and people like I know why he created that store is so the community is like it's a come together thing. Like you said, his mom is.
He was in there. We went in there and got a plate from his mom. They was making fried chicken plates. We was hungry. We had just got to the store. He like, yo, my mom and them got the fried chicken plates. You know what I'm saying? But he there with his parents. Mom and dad there. You know what I'm saying? But people don't hear about those type of things with artists. You know what I'm saying? Really being with your family and you know what I'm saying? And like that was dope to see.
Do you feel like that would change? Because some people, when you get to that stature, it's like some people kind of take the human away from you. Oh, and then you just a star. You just what I'm saying. Do you feel like that's important in contributing to the human trait that people should understand about everybody who's doing this?
Definitely.
Because that's one thing you said. You said people don't see that side. Do you feel like that's something that should be highlighted more?
Like you're like rappers have this stigma of being terrible people.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So to see that is like dang, and like I'm like no line. Last time we went to New York, we were with Dave. He had like rappers there from like that were before him, like from Harlem, and like they was in there rap. It was a vibe, like, and everybody was just in there smoking weed. It was like some hip hop culture shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, that's tight. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Just like us.
Yeah, it's like a vibe, and it's like we don't have that here in LA.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
We don't have that.
Not like I can't explain it. Not like
the energy's not the same.
The energy is a different energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you go to New York, bro, everybody outside walking. You know what I'm saying? The street. You know what I'm saying? It's a different type of energy.
Okay. Damn, that's
a little bit more free.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Well, you know, Mike and Keys. You know what I'm saying? Your boy J.Brock, Clap It Up LA. Man, we just chopped all kind of game. I really hope this is something that y'all can learn from. Before we end this, I'm gonna ask this nigga to teach me how to do something on these drums, because I stepped on these drums and got intimidated last time.
Yeah.
I ain't even play nothing, bro. Hold on, I gotta get right one time.
Come on, man.
I gotta get right one time. Tell me something, man.
So listen, I'm gonna tell you with the drum, it's 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
So it's hi-hat, kick, snare. Yeah.
Okay.
And you gotta just keep practicing. You gotta practice that for 1,000 days.
I mean, for real.
Now, you know, it's like anything. Like for me, I've always really like my dream is to be a really good keyboard player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to play. I know how to play little pieces.
Yeah.
But I know how to play the drums.
Yeah.
But Keys don't know how to play drums, but he know how to play the keyboard.
That's funny because his name is Keys. Okay, yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So that's the difference. Is like I want to know how to play the keys.
Yeah.
Because the drums, like you can literally, like the drums is the rhythm.
Yeah.
And in black music, drums is everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
Come on.
It's like literally the drums is everything in black music.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The drums was actually my first love. So like I would go to church, literally stare at the drummer the whole time.
It's difficult to play.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
difficult to play, especially when you. It's different playing, but when you got to play for a band or play, it's like you got to really. It's levels.
So let me ask you this, because I know Nip transitioned to live music instead of just doing a beat. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So how important do y'all feel like that is? Instead of just going up there just playing a track and performing a track, compared to having live music, why do y'all think that that's so important?
You saying the live element?
Yeah, the live band element at your concert. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it is live, and it's like they're performing a song that you know,
and it sounds better with the band versus just the DJ. Okay. I feel like you feel it more like that's what you're paying for.
The church element.
Yeah, like if I go to a concert, I better see a band.
Yeah. Okay, so that's how you feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I go to a concert, I don't care what type of artist you are. I want to see a band.
But I don't think everybody's music is cohesive with a band.
Well, that's why we use live instruments in the music, so it can be prepared for
the DNA.
Yeah.
The DNA is there.
Yeah, you always want to be able to play it live. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think Nip always, like, if you look at Jay-Z when he did that shit with the Roots, like
the Unplugged,
like that was like, dang, like you know, because his music got live instruments in his music.
So y'all support the Unplugged LAs, the tiny desks and things like that.
Anything with the music, that's always phenomenal, because it's like it always sounds better to me when the band.
Yeah, nothing beats that.
Because it's like we're making the music in the studio and stuff, but like when it's with the full band, like I think that eventually we want to do that. Like we want to present Victory Lap with the whole orchestra.
That's gonna be emotional. That'll be emotional, bro, because like it's the instrumentation, the pianos. It's just you feel it differently.
Sounds different.
Y'all gonna make some people cry. Yeah, somebody gonna cry at that.
Yeah,
that's dope. That's dope. Well, hey, J.Brock, Clap It Up LA. I want to one day, whenever I can I please come and just record y'all like live cooking up? We can pull up and record y'all live cooking up.
Of course.
So I think that'll be a crazy experience.
Yeah, of course.
Again, this is Clap It Up LA. This is not a podcast. It's a show.